time. You buy a gun, you shoot a little, you go back home, eat some Whataburger, and you chill.
Completely true.
Some
I've been banned from places.
No, I'm not, but America is, yes.
Definitely loud. Sometimes obnoxious.
Sometimes obnoxious.
Yeah, very entitled.
Don't give them more.
True. They literally told us to be quiet at the cafe that we were waiting at before this interview.
People aren't obnoxious enough.
Yeah,
People
that's
need to
right.
be more obnoxious.
I mean, there's always introverts in any culture, right?
Yeah.
I get told I'm loud in many countries, so I think it's true.
Very opinionated. Like, we very much feel like our way is the right way. We tend to voice our opinions more unreservedly.
You're raised to super just be an individual. You can be whatever you want to be.
We're encouraged to participate in our growing up in education, like here when somebody calls your name.
I think also we have a very egocentric culture, so we're kind of all selfish and we want our own point to be heard. So we just try to talk over each other.
I can get angry about this. I have the right to get angry.
Because the
but,
customer's always right, so that has to play in every
mentality.
Yes.
If I go someplace in Europe, I can always be American.
How can you tell who's American?
Because they're loud and obnoxious.
It's like we're little tornadoes. Like we roll in and we're like, wow, roll out. I don't know.
Yeah, you're supposed to stand out. You're supposed to declare your individualism.
I feel like I have pretty good geography.
I've honestly just recently discovered new countries. Like Luxembourg and Belgium.
That was 2 countries.
I know people in, whether it's in Louisiana or Texas, they don't even know where Idaho is. Okay, so generally, no. But I do.
Have you not seen those videos where they show the Americans the map and they're like, oh, where's China? And they have no idea where it is? I haven't seen that, no.
Yeah.
Oh, I think that's false. I know geography and I'm American.
That's not as true as I think people think, but there are, especially I want to say more in the center of the country, people that travel less generally know less geography.
The coastal states are probably better.
When you're in school, they focus mainly on your state, but they're not giving you a holistic view. Like if you're in Europe, you have to know all of Europe. We kind of get a month or so on that, and then moving on.
Americans are pretty aware of the Americas, and they know pretty well where Dominican Republic might be, and Cuba, which Europe might not be as savvy on. But if you bring in Eastern European countries, game over.
Or Asia,
or anywhere else basically.
How well do you know your geography?
I think I know pretty well. I think pretty good, yeah.
Do you think it's true that many Americans don't own passports?
Yes.
Yes, very true.
We do have passports, but I mean, my brother-in-law doesn't, and I have several friends who don't. So I do think generally for how wealthy our country is, we have a very small percentage of people that have passports.
They just don't go anywhere. So many people getting a passport last minute before going on a flight. They didn't know they needed one to go to, say, Mexico.
It's also a huge country, so you can do a lot of traveling without a passport.
Good point.
Yes.
Arby's?
Obese.
Arby's answers your question.
I completely agree on the fast food part, and I love it, but
Yeah, I don't eat fast food.
I don't think that's true. You don't? No, I think it depends on where you are.
True. True. I mean,
Actually, you know what? Living over here, I do miss some fast food restaurants.
I always eat Taco Bell when I go back right away.
Ew.
I personally
Giant
don't.
Pepsi.
Disgusting.
I've never had that.
it's very just easy to go. Mom don't have time for dinner. It's just stop by McDonald's, boom.
Fast food, yes. Obese, that comes with eating fast food, I guess.
I think it's because of our go culture. Which is why there's a lot of convenience.
our country is so big, so it necessitates having a car, just the way our country's been set up with the highways, and so it leaves less chance to walk outside, especially if you're living in a suburb.
I'm from the Midwest. They're pretty big.
Well, definitely not LA. Out of the 10 most obese cities in the US, 5 of them are in Texas.
If you take French fries and leave them on the counter, they will literally last for days. They don't even get bad. They just kind of get a little hard and kind of start looking a little clear. And the same thing with burgers. They just dry
Love
out.
fast food.
They don't get moldy. They don't go bad.
Fast food.
Americans are pretty obese, comparatively.
The UK has more now.
Yeah.
Mexico and Cuba have both surpassed us. Congratulations,
Because American
guys.
fast food got there.
Not eating a lot of pork.
There's becoming this more like culture of more like healthy conscious and or even more healthier choices on these fast food menus. No, but it is your right as an American to own a gun.
Hell yeah.
Really?
Hell yeah.
Every.
Especially if you're in the South. Everybody I know has a gun, literally. No matter where in the country they are. Everybody has a gun.
No. I think this is questions tailored at Florida. Florida loves guns. We have some wild gun laws, and you can go to Walmart and just buy a gun a lot of times without an ID, no waiting period. You can buy an assault rifle at Walmart.
I will say in the North, definitely not as much. I know very few people with guns.
No, I don't. I've never owned a gun. Some places, maybe like Texas.
Is it easy to buy a gun in Texas?
I've personally been next to many peers that purchase guns right in front of me. But it's a good time. You buy a gun, you shoot a little, you go back home, eat some Whataburger and chill.
My roommate, actually, we lived together in a house downtown. We didn't lock the front door, we didn't lock our bedroom. And he had like an AR-15, an AK-47, a Car 98.
I went to Walmart, and this was a while ago. I was like, so just out of curiosity, if I want to buy a gun, like, can I buy a gun? He's like, yeah, like you can buy it, like, but you have to have a waiting period of 3 days. I'm like, if you want a gun, like right now, that's probably because you want to kill somebody.
What are we saying? Man of opportunities.
That's right.
Yes, I love that about our country. That's one of my favorite things about the U.S.
I think that we're taught that in a very young age, and that's in our DNA and in our blood.
I don't know about so optimistic.
Optimistic that's relative as hell.
The American dream.
The American dream.
Right? You can do anything if you put your mind to it.
And if you work hard enough.
Yes.
You can achieve it and you can be it. And I think that that's something that's very motivating.
Just do it.
Definitely optimistic, definitely. But that's because we make things happen.
Historically, people have come to the US looking for a better life, and I think that's kind of what we were all sold.
We can come from nothing or have nothing and then still be successful. You don't have to come from royalty or old money.
Our country was built on people like Rockefeller or JP Morgan or Carnegie, and they started their whole empires from nothing.
I went to America looking for that, so I definitely fall in that category.
We kind of just go for it. We don't have anybody to apologize to.
It's all about hard work and merit and just like having the sheer will.
I think people take bigger risks more frequently in the U.S.
I'm gonna speak from my community. We have a lot in our way that we can get around, but
it's a lot of extra hoops.
It's a lot of extra hoops, man.
I think in the past, Americans were a lot more optimistic than they are right now.
Like if you compare it to going to somewhere like Slovenia, Slovakia, or somewhere like that, where people really just kind of, yeah, such is life. We're optimistic comparatively.
We're a nation of risk takers. Anybody who's immigrated there is, larger than life.
But aren't we though?
I'm gonna get so much in trouble answering this question.
Oh, I hate that. I don't think that.
Some Americans, sure, but I think some people feel that way everywhere.
I mean, we're definitely the biggest country, so it makes sense.
Russia is the biggest in land area.
I just feel like we're the
China
most
and
talked about,
India.
so that makes us kind of the center of the universe, because honestly, everyone's worried about what America's doing.
American exceptionalism is because we're exceptional.
But I also think, the U.S. has been in a powerful position in the world for a long time, and I think that tends to make people feel entitled in some key ways.
And you get that kind of validated by like pop culture and music and movies. Everyone consumes American culture.
Seeing Americans as we travel, I've seen the worst of that. Not all of us, but a lot of us, yeah.
Well, what else we're gonna speak?
That's usually true.
I mean, is that gotta be a question? Because yes.
I think that's probably accurate, actually, for a lot.
I grew up partially in Spanish Harlem in New York. There's a lot of people there who speak Spanish and don't speak English. So
In Florida, of course, you're going to have a lot of Spanish speakers. In California, a lot of places.
In school, it's not really pushed upon us to learn another language unless you want to do that as an elective.
I speak bits of like 21, 22 languages. I really love languages. We're out there, polyglots.
I speak Spanish.
I speak Japanese.
I speak Portuguese, Spanish, and French.
Some French, Italian, Spanish, and Mandarin.
I feel really bad now.
But the United States is huge. Like if you're in Europe, you can travel. I mean, in Portugal, you can travel like 2 hours, and you're in Spain, you can practice Spanish. In the United States, you travel 2 hours, like you've gone to the next city over practically. I mean, it's like so big.
Not in Texas, probably in Maine. If you travel 2 hours in Texas, you're in the same
You're in the
spot.
middle of nowhere.
You're in the same place.
Hey, hi, how are you? Just because we're naturally, I think, jolly, happy people. And I think for some cultures are like, what? Whoa.
That's essential to life though. Like you gotta be like, hey, how's
You
the
think
weather?
so?
Yeah. You have to have small talk just to get through some awkward moments.
I don't know. I
Small talk-
enjoy the frankness that some cultures have.
I think automatically when you meet someone and you introduce yourself, I find myself sometimes even saying like, I'm fine before they even ask me, how are you?
Not in my part of the country. I feel like in
Yeah, I don't
Texas,
think
everybody's
so.
honest and pure.
I'm from the South, so
Yeah.
Southern hospitality.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say hey if I don't know you.
I think for a lot of Americans, it comes from like a really genuine, nice place.
In LA, we're seen as superficial by a lot of the other states, but states like New York, I think, are very, straightforward and blunt.
But the other thing is we are very direct and open people. And so if you sometimes ask, how are you? I might say, my day's not actually going very well. My husband asked for a divorce last night. Like we will tell you our deepest, most personal details. That's very American.
If they ask you at Starbucks, hi, how are you? Would you say not well?
Yeah, I think I have. I'm kind of in a shitty mood.
Hey, how's the weather?
Oh, the weather's great.
Yeah, it's great today.
How are the kids? How are the kids
I
doing?
don't have kids. I had a fur baby. She was.
Okay, perfect. We're catching up. But it kind of goes like that. You kind of ask your neighbor how their dog is doing, even though you don't really care.
And that's like all those things at once is like our good morning, our hello. We just will say, hello, how are you? What's up? And we don't always really expect an answer either. That's just a greeting.
Yeah.
So
We don't actually want to know like the long story.
People are just too busy to actually like go deeper and spend more time getting to know people. They're always in a hurry. I mean, I'm from New York, so everybody's in a hurry and they're just like, oh, great, whatever. And they don't really mean anything.
I think Americans they try hard to be polite and socially correct. There's kind of a puritanical history also to the country, and people try to be sort of proper with one another. And the easiest way to do it is just to be like that. Like, oh, great, okay, sounds awesome.
I want to know how the weather is. I really don't. What's your favorite sports team?
I don't care.
All these things. This is how you actually meet people and actually connect. It's like, oh yeah, who that? But yes, that works.
can I say the T word?
And I get the comment of, you're so American. And it's like, well, because I am.
The sense that you have to be a brand ambassador for America if you're American. Like people come to you and they say, well, what's up with this? And you're like, look, man, I'm just trying to live my life.
Everybody wants to know about Trump and we have to talk about Trump. Like I chose him as a president.
That we're all super patriotic. Yeah, that's not true.
As a Black American, I automatically think hip hop. And she asked me where I was from. I was like, America. She said, oh, yo, yo, yo. Now, I would be offended, but that's all she knows.
There's people that travel, they're very entitled. So
yes, people feel we're entitled.
But the unfortunate thing is there are some Americans, they're like, why aren't you speaking English? Yeah. I'm like, oh, because you're in a freaking different country, that's why.
Yeah.
I'm from Kansas, so I get all kinds of crazy stereotypes. Oh, you don't know geography, so do you own a gun, tractors, is everyone you know obese, all the bad things.
Anything that's like one way, that always kind of bothers me because it is such a huge place.
Most of us are not as crazy as it looks on the internet.
We're actually quite friendly and open-minded. And if you do come to Texas, no, we won't shoot you. Just don't go into the wrong property.
We also have vegans and multilingual people and all kinds of stuff that you wouldn't believe, even in the Midwest and the South.
We can be well-traveled and thoughtful and not loud.
If we seem ignorant at the beginning compared to what you've learned in school, it's not because we don't want to know it, I would say.
Yeah, get to know us.
We are dope.
Hope you guys all enjoyed the Truth or Myth Americans React to Stereotypes. I think it's about time that I did a video about Americans, seeing as how this is a pretty crazy time for them. And one of the big reasons for me to do this is to really dispel some of those stereotypes or confirm those stereotypes, but to really get an understanding about the US more than you just see in the media. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more on dating around the world. I will see you next week with a new video, potentially and hopefully, and yeah, keep on breaking down your barriers.